about some of those on the list this year, this commercials. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. There were some bizarre ones.
That's a good word, too.
We're going to talk about some of them. This one, like from a puppy monkey baby, that would be in the bizarre category, I think, to a Dorito-loving fetus, to a herd of, let's see, a herd of queen-singing sheep. There were plenty of commercials that left lasting impressions and some that may have you scratching your head. Mentions the avocado alien ad. I like that. The first time I saw it, I didn't like it quite as much, as often as I saw it, because we saw some of these commercials before the big day, and then there was the Audi astronaut ad, and then there was the Honda's sheep singing ad, and that was the sheep singing queen.
That was pretty good.
By the way, the cost for a 30-second spot during this year's game, $5 million, and the cost for an ad during the first Super Bowl game, just $37,000. Just nothing. I personally love the Doritos ad. That was my all-time favorite.
We're on the same page.
I just thought that was
liked
funny.
It though.
No,
Dawn was not a fan. I thought
I'll still eat Doritos though, if that's what they're trying to accomplish. But no, I didn't. It was
what was your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
No, you know what? Kevin Hart was funny. I like Kevin Hart with the we showed him earlier.
The date.
Overprotective dad.
Overprotective dad date.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good, but I wasn't like wowed.
I know. There was not like one that just like kind of left you slack-jawed.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah. But the Doritos was my favorite. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one.
Alex, thanks so much. Hey, it's time for the tweet outlet.
Well, good morning, and thanks for waking up with us here on Fox 9. I'm Alix Kendall.
I'm Tom Butler. Thanks for joining us on this Monday morning. A lot of us staying up late watching Super Bowl festivities. Well, we have another week, another blast of winter.
As Keith has been telling us, snow and wind are in the forecast, and that means much of the state is under a blizzard warning. Bill Keller.
Thanks, Bill. Time now is 6:03. The Denver Broncos are riding a mile high this morning, celebrating a Super Bowl title after pulling off the upset over the Carolina Panthers.
Peyton Manning led the Broncos to the franchise's third Super Bowl win. Kelly O'Connell joins us now with all the highlights. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, guys.
Time now is just about 6:06. A Blaine man is in the hospital this morning after being struck by a car while he was trying to remove a recliner from the freeway.
This happened Saturday. It's 6:07 right now. Dozens of people get a tough lesson about thin ice at a Wisconsin festival this weekend. Not good at all. All right, well, glad nobody was hurt there. All right, 6:08. Let's see what the roads are looking like. The political machines are in full operation as we move toward the New Hampshire primaries on Tuesday.
Minnesota's big day comes in about 3 weeks as we get to Super Tuesday. So what role will Minnesota play during this election season?
Rescuers are searching for survivors after a powerful earthquake shakes southern Taiwan. The health officials are ramping up efforts to help fight the spread of the Zika virus as thousands of people descend on Brazil for Carnival festivities. 6:24. And welcome back on this Monday morning. Here's a look at some of the stories happening as you start your day. Well, good morning and welcome to Fox 9 in the morning. On this Monday, I'm Alix Kendall.
I'm Tom Butler. Thanks for waking up with us. Time now is right at 6:31. As Keith mentioned, we're starting the week with a weather warning.
Could be a slow commute in some areas as high winds and blowing snow are expected to cause a lot of problems. Bill Keller, a reluctant reporter, live in Lester Prairie with the very latest. We're sorry, but we're glad that you're bundled. 6:33 now. Police are searching for the thieves who stole thousands of dollars worth of snow removal equipment from a local church. 6:34 now. This is the final full day of campaigning before voters head to the polls in New Hampshire tomorrow.
The nation's first primary could help narrow the field in the race for the White House. This all comes after Saturday's Republican debate may have given undecided voters something else to think about. Doug Luzader is live this morning in Washington with more. Good morning, Doug. Thank you, Doug.
6:37 now. Chances are things are picking up in the traffic world because we've got blowing snow out there. 30 seconds in the spotlight. We're looking back at some of the best Super Bowl commercials from last night.
There are a few. First, though, we're going to check in this morning with M.A. Roscoe.
It is 6:45 now. Growing medical marijuana became legal in Minnesota last year, and so far just 2 companies have been approved to grow cannabis under some very exacting guidelines.
Very specific, and one of those companies is Leafline Labs. M.A. Roscoe takes us inside a place only a few people have ever seen, the 42,000 square foot growing facility in Cottage Grove. Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, really interesting. Tomorrow, M.A. will take us out to White Bear Lake to see the most artful ice houses you've ever seen. I always like this.
Yeah.
It's this year's edition of the 2016 Art Shanty Project, and they're always very creative and colorful, so that'll be fun tomorrow.
6:49 now. It's a little chilly. I didn't forgot my scarf this morning, and I'm telling you, I felt it.
Well, we know for a lot of people, I know you like the commercials. The best part of the game is the commercials.
Well, here's a look at some of the Super Bowl ads that are getting the best reviews this morning. Check it out. And makes a quick exit.
Yes.
Yikes. That was funny.
That was funny.
Well, another singing star got her chance to perform before the big game.
6:55 now. Here's a recap of the big stories we're following for you on this Monday morning.
The Denver Broncos.
This 20 minutes of commercial-free news, traffic, and weather straight ahead right here. Your only local source at 7 o'clock. Fox 9. We'll be right back.
Western part of the state. We'll be checking with Bill Keller momentarily about that. Well, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on Fox 9 on this Monday morning. I'm Alix Kendall.
I'm Tom Butler. Hope you're having a good start to your Monday morning. We'll catch you up on the news now at 7 o'clock. We're starting off the week with a weather warning.
It could be a slow commute in some areas as high winds and blowing snow are expected to cause a few problems out there. Bill Keller joins us live. He's in Lester Prairie with the latest. He's out there, so you don't have to be. Or something. 7:01 now. In case you haven't heard, the Denver Broncos are celebrating this morning after pulling off the upset over the Carolina Panthers in Super Bowl 50.
The defense.
Well, in just a few minutes, we're going to take a look at the entertainment side of things, from the most talked about commercials to the halftime show and Lady Gaga's show-stopping national anthem.
First, though, let's get to some other news this morning. A Blaine man is in the hospital this morning after being hit by a car while trying to remove debris from the freeway.
This happened Saturday. A woman is suing the city of St. Paul after she was bitten by a police dog. It happened back in July of 2013. Police are searching for the thieves who stole thousands of dollars worth of snow removal equipment from a local church. Leaders are doing well.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane. Well, back to the Super Bowl. Of course, for a lot of people, the best part of the big game is the commercials.
Commercials, advertisers threw down on average about $5 million for a 30-second spot. Kelly O'Connell joins us with some of the ads are getting better reviews than others this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I love looking at it. I thought it was kind of ironic today as I was looking through the different ads. You had to skip the ad, you know, when you click that on the computer to then see the ad.
That's true. There is some irony there. Besides the game and the commercials, the other big spectacle from the Super Bowl, the halftime show.
I don't know if the sound was great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the drowning out of the audience, but I didn't think they played it off quite as well.
Right, and you know, the last song, which is their newer song, not a sing-along. I need a sing-along
Yeah.
to get into it. There
And a
you go.
dance-along. I know you
I
were
did
doing
get some
that.
dance moves from Beyonce there. I'm going to try them this Friday. We'll see what happens. Maybe not. Another singing star got her chance to perform before the big game. She did. Good job. All right, Keith Marler time on this Monday. I know you guys had some good food for the Super Bowl.
7:24, and welcome back on this very chilly Monday morning. Let's take a look at some of the stories happening as you start. 7:25 now, still to come. The last issue efforts to sway voters ahead of tomorrow's primary in New Hampshire. Plus, just how important is Minnesota's upcoming caucuses in the race to the White House? But first, we'll check in with M.A., who takes us inside a medical marijuana growing facility. M.A.
Glad you're waking up with us here on Fox 9. Good to see you. I'm Tom Butler.
And I'm Alix Kendall. It is 7:31 now. Let's get into the final full day of campaigning before voters head to the polls in New Hampshire tomorrow. The nation's first primary could help narrow the field in the race for the White House.
And it comes after a Republican debate over the weekend and may have given undecided voters something else to think about as they...
Morning from Washington. Well, Minnesota's big day comes in about 3 weeks on Super Tuesday. So what role will Minnesota play during this election season?
Don Stevens joined.
Officials are ramping up efforts to help fight the spread of the Zika virus as thousands of people descend on Brazil for Carnival festivities.
And we know dozens of people get a tough lesson about thin ice conditions at a Wisconsin festival over the weekend.
Expensive proposition to get to your car out of the ice.
Well, and then there were some that parked out there and then a bunch more parked out there. So they think, you know, with all of that weight in a,
Just too
small
much.
area. Problems. Let's see if we have problems when it comes to our commute this morning. Shane Wells is detailing.
Thank you, Keith. Well, coming up, we take a look at the movies topping the charts at the box office.
First, though, we're going to check in, excuse me, with M.A. Roscoe this morning. M.A.
7:45, and welcome back on this Monday. Since medical marijuana was legalized in Minnesota, some 950 patents have received prescriptions seeking relief from cancer, seizures, and other conditions.
M.A. Roscoe takes us inside a clinic run by Leafline Labs and introduces us to a patient who just might challenge your idea of who uses medical cannabis.
Thanks, M.A. Well, tomorrow she gets ready to ride a grizzly bear bike and have a slumber party on ice.
On ice, it could only be one thing, the 2016 Art Shanty projects on White Bear Lake, and M.A. will take us there tomorrow. They're always very creative and fun.
As only M.A. can do. Panda Fever at the box office this weekend. I saw Spotlight.
Yeah.
It was a good story.
Good.
But it wasn't my favorite one so far this Oscar season.
It's good.
All right, 7:49. Let's talk about winning weather. Keith Marler.
On this Monday morning. Good to have you along. I'm Tom Butler.
And I'm Alix Kendall. Let's find out what's going on. You know what'll really wake you up is just walking outside. It is cold out there.
Keith, yeah, another week, another blaster winter. Here we go.
As Keith has been telling us, snow and wind are in the forecast, and that means much of the state is under a blizzard warning. Bill Keller is in the thick of it in Lester Prairie with the very latest. Oh, yeah, you're looking cold, Bill.
Cute. With this tassel blowing in the wind.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. The Denver Broncos, they are riding a mile high this morning, celebrating their big Super Bowl win after pulling off the upset over the Carolina Panthers.
Peyton Manning led the Broncos to the franchise's third Super Bowl win. Kelly O'Connell joins us now with the breakdown.
Good morning,
Hi,
guys.
Kelly.
Yeah, so at 30 to talk about, guys.
Yeah, she sounded fantastic.
It was good.
And, you know, a lot of people were wondering about the outfit, you
Yeah.
know, the red glitter and the eyeshadow. I loved it. And it's something, too, because a lot of people who didn't maybe think they would like Lady Gaga, maybe an older generation, if you will, I think they kind of realized, whoa, she's got some pipes on her.
She does have some pipes. She started out so kind of gentle
Yeah.
and sweet, and then, you know, brought it up.
I don't know
brought
about
down
you,
the house.
but we did a timing bet at the house to see how long it would be. And at first I thought I was going to win because I went a bit longer, but then she sped it up towards the end. I was like, dang it, Gaga, slow it down. But we'll have a lot of fun with that coming up later this morning.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Thanks,
Kelly.
Yep.
Time now is right at 8:06. Police are searching for the thieves who stole thousands of dollars worth of snow removal equipment from a local church.
Well, leaders, a woman is suing the city of St. Paul after she was bitten by a police dog.
It's 8:07 on this Monday morning, and we're watching the traffic, of course, and the winds and some of the other issues out there this morning.
You can probably guess things are not all too well on the road.
It's just about 8:12. Presidential candidates are making a last-ditch effort to sway New Hampshire voters before tomorrow's primary.
Well, despite a forecast of snow, New Hampshire predicts Minnesota's big day comes in about 3 weeks on Super Tuesday. So what role will Minnesota play during this election season?
We'll have more. Appreciate it, Don. 8:14 is the time. We'll look at some of the other stories. Let's get back to the Super Bowl fun. That's what a lot of us are thinking about. For a lot of people, the best part of the game, though, not so much the game as it is the commercials.
The commercials. Here's a look at some of the Super Bowl ads that are getting probably the best reviews this morning. I think every time that's played this morning, we've all laughed out loud.
Well, yeah, and then
So not
the
to.
screams, too. It was really well edited.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, besides the game and the commercials, the other big spectacle from Super Bowl Sunday is, of course, the halftime show.
That kind of saved the show because before that, Coldplay was okay,
They were okay.
but it didn't really get you riled up and feeling the show.
Beyonce, hits the stage and things change. Fortunately, she caught herself when she just about fell, but she caught herself. She's
that's right,
she's very good with wearing those heels and performing.
Another singing star got her chance to perform before the big game. Of course, the soldiers there in Afghanistan and then the Blue Angels going over. It was a good start.
I know. That tugged at your heart. You know what's going to really hurt this morning is when you open up that door and the wind's going to hit you in the face.
Yeah, it'll smack you around out there. Thank you. Appreciate it, Keith. Donald Trump holds a growing lead for Republicans ahead of Tuesday's New Hampshire primary, but Hillary Clinton is catching up to Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side.
Brett Baer, now at 8:34, world health officials are ramping up efforts now to help fight the spread of the Zika virus as thousands of people descend on Brazil for Carnival festivities.
Brazil has...
The Nicollet Mall redesign project is getting a revised timeline. Up next, we're talking to Sarah McKenzie of the Journal to get the latest on the project.
First, though, we're going to check in with M.A. Roscoe this morning. M.A., real blowing issues and warnings going on because of the conditions.
8:39 now. Growing medical marijuana became legal in Minnesota last year, and so far, 2 companies have been approved to grow cannabis under very exacting guidelines.
Very specific. And one of those companies is Leafline Labs. M.A. Roscoe takes us inside a place few people have ever seen. It's the 42,000 square foot growing facility in Cottage Grove.
Very interesting. 8:42 now. There's a condo countdown. Downtown Minneapolis is getting some new condominiums.
Plus, we've got an update on.
Well, hot off the press this morning, new condominiums are coming to downtown Minneapolis. And we also have an update on the Nicollet Mall redesign project. What's going on there? Sarah was rooting for Lady Gaga last night at the game.
She succeeded, definitely. Amazing.
Wow, incredible pipe she has.
Yeah, I should have done that makeup this morning.
I'm glad that you didn't. It'd be very distracting.
It would be. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about a condo comeback. Now, some new condominiums are coming to downtown Minneapolis. So where exactly are they set to be built?
Yeah, so this is on our cover. A developer is planning a 40-store inventory in coming years.
It just keeps growing, doesn't it? The condos?
Yeah, there's still demand, so
All right.
yeah, more people coming downtown.
Well, staying with Minneapolis, what's happening with the City Council holding another hearing this week, and what they'll be doing is discussing Mayor Hodges' recommendation to reappoint Police Chief Janae Harto.
Yeah.
So will they be making any major decisions?
Well, we'll see some on it as well.
Okay. And finally, we want to know what's going on with the Nicollet Mall project.
I know,
What is the latest there?
a
We're
lot of
talking about that
news
for a while.
about that. So another may probably be pushed back a few weeks, and kind of late 2017 is when they're looking to complete it. So we'll see what they have to say on Wednesday.
So maybe the pavers will go if they're
yeah, that was kind of a really cool look for it. So I hope they can come up with something else that is also pretty neat. So we'll see.
Keep cost into mind too.
Right.
So understandable. All right. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank
Always
you,
good to
Alex.
have you here. The new edition of the Journal of the Southwest. The journals are available today here in Minneapolis.
Thank you.
All right, there is Panda Fever at the box office this weekend. Check it out. 8:49 now. Let's check in with Keith Marley. He's going to tell us about that cold bluster. I got the tickle out, I think. Good morning. Welcome to the Fox 9 Buzz. I'm Alix Kendall.
I'm Kelly O'Connell.
Keith Marley, I didn't know if you were like issuing that was like a Queen's demand, like tickle.
Tickle me.
Did I do that? What do I do there?
Tickle.
All right.
Gizzy, gizzy. Oh, gizzy, 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 Alex.
I just reserved that for the weekend, Keith.
All right, very good.
I just
tickle her
pronounced
throat.
tickle.
Tickle her throat.
Yeah, I think it's out now. Hey, we are starting the week with a weather warning.
Yeah, high winds and blowing snow expected to cause problems pretty much all day, right, Keith?
Now, see, now I don't feel nearly as bad. Yeah, it is blustery. You know, a bill went out toward Lester Prairie. That's just on the, I guess, just east of Hutchinson. 50 minutes?
Okay.
How about at the end of the show?
It's
That's easier
cold
way to say
today.
it.
Sounds good.
Yes, a big difference from our 40 of yesterday.
All right. Yeah, it started out beautiful and sunshiny. Nothing like that this morning. Well, the best moments of the Super. A lot of buzz this morning, from the commercials to the halftime show. It's getting great reviews. Don Stevens is here with the highlights. Mostly great reviews.
Yeah, for the most part, people were pleased with a lot of different things. Funny commercials, that was key this year. USA Today, high five with the woman in front of him. And so maybe he just doesn't show emotion the way
He
most...
has a Charlie Brown face.
Right.
He always has. He's had one of, his standard look is one of,
Sad. But, I mean, come on. We have two. You still, I mean, I feel like just human nature would be like, whoa, that's a, he bet on
Oh,
he bet
good
against his
point.
brother.
Entirely possible.
Come on.
Maybe he bet
Maybe he
against his
did.
brother or something.
Could
have.
You know, bragging rights.
It was a fun night, for sure. Don,
Thanks,
thank
Don.
you.
You're done.
Here's an interest. I mean, it makes sense.
It sure does.
You have to
You
throw
hurl it across the
something. You
thing.
don't want to ruin the TV, so you throw your phone.
People have been known to throw their...
Some Bruno Mars, awesome. And poor, he was like the guy that has his own band at his own wedding and then gets up and sings.
I know.
It
It's
just
like-
wasn't great. I mean, you know, it wasn't bad. The sound wasn't great. I don't know if that was just
Yeah,
because
I think they were having some
drowned
audio
out.
issues.
You never really heard his voice come through. But I mean, let's face it, if you're Coldplay and everybody this morning is talking about Beyonce and Bruno Mars, that's not a good thing.
I like
Not at all.
Coldplay, and I think they were good, but
Yeah.
I just, it wasn't a showstopper
No,
on their
no.
side. And everybody was kind of just waiting for the other people to come to the stage.
Right.
I
Which
loved when
again,
they all
it's not
marched in
the
together.
best
It
thing.
was like, it was...
They kind of
It
kept
was
that
like,
low.
oh shoot, we got to get him back
Yeah,
in
get it,
here
come on,
because
come
he's
on,
the
hurry.
headliner.
If you're a band, just don't even bother to get on the same stage with Beyonce or Bruno Mars, especially the two of them together. Just don't even bother.
All right, 9:08 this morning. A new romantic comedy hits theaters this weekend. Coming up next, we're talking live to Jason Sudeikis and Rebecca Hall to get the scoop on their new movie, Tumbledown.
Now, a grieving widow collaborates with a professor to write a biography about her late husband in the new movie Tumbledown.
Yeah, joining us live are the stars. And I like number two.
Okay,
One,
good chemistry.
I liked how he said he had a beard, so he's serious. That's the Robin Williams approach to acting, by the way. And number two, funny and sweet. You know, Sudeikis has funny and an edge in a lot of his movies. So I'm curious to see funny and sweet together with him. And of course, Rebecca's always great. That's great.
It's been getting great reviews at Tribeca Film Festival.
Yeah, smart script is what I kept reading about. Yeah.
All right, it's 9:16. Let's go over into the kitchen right next door here.
Year of the monkey, just in time for that creepy monkey commercial.
That's exactly what I love, too. My head went in puppy,
Puppy,
monkey,
baby monkey. Puppy, baby monkey.
Puppy,
Puppy,
baby.
baby monkey. And then
Yeah,
there
that
was
That was creepy. Really creepy.
nightmare.
Picturing in my
But
head.
we're talking about it today.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's coming for you, Kelly.
I do feel like I'm going to have a nightmare of that.
Puppy,
Coming
baby
for
monkey.
you.
Puppy,
He's
baby monkey.
in your closet. Little pug face. Well, negative calorie foods, they are the new hot trend on diet blogs lately. But that being said, parts of Interstate 90 near Jackson, Minnesota, shut down, and a lot of the highways between St. James down towards Worthington, is that highway? That's Highway 60, isn't it? I think so, yeah. Between St. James and Worthington are closed due to whiteout conditions.
It's not good.
Not at
Not
all.
good out there.
That will resolve itself through the day. Well, happier trails these days for travelers nationwide when it comes to prices at the pump.
Yes, this is good news. Most of America is paying below $2 for a gallon of gas. I need to get some today. According to
The 80s, gas was 99 cents a gallon, and so it made life easy. Put in 10 gallons, I pay 10 bucks.
10 bucks.
That's how it was, and it was that way forever. And then it changed, and we're almost there again.
I know.
It's just
We're
exciting.
kinda back in time.
It's that exciting. Well, it is 9:31 this morning. He's the doctor with all the answers, and today he's got the scoop on something called negative calorie foods.
That's right. Dr. Oz joins us.
Well,
I'm still digesting the whole
I am
cotton
too.
ball
I am too.
diet
Because
plan.
I was like, surely it can't be what it sounds like. Surely it
I thought,
can't
hey,
be.
I know. I thought not people actually eating cotton balls.
I know
but-
there are disorders of the mind where people eat hair and people eat dirt and people eat things that are inedible, but to consciously then eat something like that.
and then he's actually had to operate on people and take the cotton balls out of their system. It's pretty remarkable.
That's
Just
just wrong.
don't do it.
All right, 9:36 this morning. Since medical marijuana was legalized in Minnesota, some 950 patients have gotten prescriptions seeking relief from cancer and seizure and other disorders.
Emma Roscoe takes us inside a clinic run by Leafline Labs and introduces us to a patient who just might challenge your idea of who uses medical cannabis.
All right, Emma, thank you. Here's a question for you this morning. Which states do you think have the fastest talkers? The list of the fastest and slowest talkers out this morning in Minnesota
Slow.
Round out the top 5. I am
Lock
surprised about
warm,
Minnesota.
and Iowa. I lived in
In
Iowa,
Iowa?
too.
Yes.
They do not talk that fast.
No.
From
All
my-
of my life were spent there, and I have a very fast way of speaking.
Compared to people in
Compared to-
Arkansas? Like compared to
No,
your
no, compared to
relatives?
anyone.
Oh.
Period. My sister and I both speak very fast. And
do
sometimes,
too.
well, the boss even last week came in. Keith, you might want to slow down again.
People can't understand you.
Just so you know.
I thought there would be a lot more this idea in mind that they're like fast talkers.
What?
And Minneapolis number 2?
Minnesota number 2.
Minnesota.
The
Sorry,
state.
excuse me,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Right, like
Minnesota
the whole
number
state
2.
is so slow.
Oh, yeah.
Or fast, I mean.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Let's pick things up around here.
I guess so. Well, they call him, he just walked in here. What a cute dog. Quasi the Great. He's a German Shepherd with short spine syndrome who has become. Well, it is 9:49, and you know what's next? The Jason Show coming. And Smurfs get you.
Not a world record, turns out.
Poop. Wave it. You're good.
You've changed
A lot of
your
world
accent
records
now.
out there.
Oh, you're right. I'll go back to this one. Donuts and jogging usually don't mix, but don't tell that to thousands of runners in North Carolina.
You think she had her
Barf
small
bag
pizza?
not included.
Cody turned around a while ago, and he raised his eyebrow because I know for a fact that is his normal training regime. When he was doing his marathon thing, then there was like a taco or a burger involved in there too in the middle of it. Oh,
Cinnamon
cinnamon
I know.
rolls, he says. Yeah,
He'd run them.
He can do that.
he can because he works out all the time.
We got to do a little weather this week.
Thanks for watching the Fox 9 Buzz.
The Jason Show is next.
Enjoy.